friend, my friend. Today we're going to be taking a look at artists A to Z. Now, there's a lot of music out there. I am just one person. In fact, I don't take myself too serious. If you are a subscriber to this channel, thank you very much for being a part of this fun, awesome journey. And if you do take yourself very serious, this might not be the channel for you. I'm going to be going from A to Z through all the music I possibly can. The website that I've chosen is called Ultimate Guitar. I'm not sponsored by, nor do I think that they're the worst or the best site. I'm indifferent. I use a bunch of different sites to get chords. Generally when I'm just doing music analysis, which is what this whole series is going to be about. And also it's going to expose myself and other people that watch this channel to maybe artists that they've never heard of before. That's the hope. I gotta lie to you, I kind of ran out of a couple things, ideas to do, and what I looked for. I don't know. I look for on other channels is that it's entertaining. I enjoy it. That something comes about. I am going to have a screen capture on this so I can capture what I'm doing on the laptop here. And then I'm also going to be throwing some stuff over on piano in case we can't figure it out on guitar, mandolin, banjo, or with our vocals. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. My name's Wago Howard. I live and teach in Hilo, Hawaii. Long story short, I'm going to be going through artists from A to Z. Let's begin. Today, let's check out the internet. As I said, we're going to go to the Ultimate Guitar. Ultimate Guitar. How about, yeah, can't tell. Ultimate Guitar. Look at that. Don't be a dummy. Here we go. And why am I sitting so far away? There we is. 1 million songs. Wow, I'm going to be doing this series for a while. Go to the A's and begin this amazing journey. We'll go back to the numbers when we get done. Or I might die, hopefully. Okay, the first artist on here is Adele. I only know one word from one song, and it's hello. Hello! And the reason why is it sounds just like, who's that? Lionel Richie. That's one of my major pet peeves when artists that are famous name songs after songs that are also famous. I would never write a song that's like, baby, baby, baby. The 3-chord mechanism for all music on the radio, and then name it House of the Rising Sun. Or Stairway to Heaven. It's just, I don't understand. But I digress. Who cares what I think? I'm going to smack the hit button here. When I hit the hit button here, I find myself going to something which allows us to see the #1 version. It's something called Someone Like You. I would have thought that the Hello song would have been the #1 Adele song. But then again, I don't know. Someone Like You, let's take a gander. Let's see if we can look at it. No capo, key of A, which means A major, F sharp minor. Looks like I have a guitar close to me today. Baby, baby. We have A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor. And then we could have like G sharp diminished, or we could also play our dominant, E. But either one really work. We could also call it a D diminished. All of these are functional for our lending or leading tone, and then it goes right back to our A. Generally, on radio music, there aren't any. Well, that's not a fair assessment. You rarely find somebody using a secondary dominant to go into a prime or a foundation. You generally hear the dominant 7, the A. So we're in the key of A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, a G sharp, or E dominant, and then back to A. Hopefully it stays inside the keys. Heard that you are settling down, that you found a girl and you're married now, and I heard that your dreams, they come true, and you gave those things that didn't to you. Your old friend and white to shine, and you give a woman back and not time. Bridge, E9. Sha-na-na. When we play the E9, we're simply throwing in our secondary note. If we don't view this in the key of A, we view it in the key of E. We have E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Our next note would be F sharp. So if you play an E and put that note in there in any capacitor, it forms an E9. Wunderbar. F sharp minor, a lot of time you can just play A and throw the root in there. That works quite well. Kind of gives it like a 7 dominant feel. F sharp minor, our D major, can't go wrong with this D. I also suggest maybe playing a D with the F in the bass. Just depends on the song. Never heard the song, just going through Chord Pro. And then we're going to be taking it all the way down to like our let's see, E9 with a D in the bass, which means we would take this off, keep the D there, play the lowest note not being the B here, but play this and then put it up top here. It's gonna be a passing chord. Honestly, I would have just called it that. And then the chorus goes to an A. Never mind, I'll find someone like you, and I wish that nothing but the best for you. To don't forget me as I beg, I remember that you said, and sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Oh, repeating the end and doing a final. Now this is what we would say works perfectly with something called the major harmonic progression. We're starting on the 1, the root, the foundation. When we're moving through the chords, A, B, C, D, E, 1 to 5 is a very, very common progression. When we go to the minor, F sharp minor, this is our major 6 chord. It is the relative minor of A, meaning all the notes that are inside of your A major are also the notes that are going to be inside of your F sharp minor, no matter. So when practicing, the idea is kind of view your A major everywhere, all over your board, and then put in the note that makes the F sharp minor. And you will soon find that the things that you're practicing on whatever instrument is, if it's on your guitar, it'll be played there. Cool. It looks like we've got the form of intro. We have an A. The bridge will be part of the A. B is the refrain of the chorus. We do the A again. Again, the bridge will be part of the A part. We have a B again. We have a break, and since the chord says nothing compares or worries or cares, F sharp minor, C sharp, there. Okay, there is. So this would be something called ternary. We're moving from having just the verse and then a chorus, and we're having a verse and a chorus and then like a jam section, or like something that's different than the A and the B. And then it goes into the B again. So we have A, B, C, B, and then it goes B again and ends the song. Makes sense. Well, I've never heard this song. Let's take a gander and see what it looks like and say hello to some of the people that are in the comment section, if there's anybody in the comment section right now. Let's see. I need to use a different apparatus to jump on over. Yeah, I hope the volume's not up. There we go. Say hello to some people that are here hanging out. Hello, Rachel Loa. Check out Wago's t-shirt on this channel. And then if you want to go to Big Island Guitars, support them too. Grab a t-shirt from them. That's the lovely store that rents me a room. Yeah. And who is this? Adele? Wonderful. La, 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 la. I know that. Hello. Someone like you. Double O for love. Here it is. Probably going to be loud with...
Zepbound may help in your weight loss journey. Once weekly, Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I hear it.
I heard that you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Oh, friend, why are you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you say sometimes it lasts and loves, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts and loves, but sometimes it hurts instead. You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that from you it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes, their memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you say sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes hurts instead.
Fades out, retardando, accelerando, and a decrescendo into a fade off. Cool, you can even hold that out if you want. Very cute. That is the first time I've ever listened to Adele. I think I listened to her when she just came out on Saturday Night Live. Very nice. I'm going to duplicate this tab so I could go back and check it out later and do a video on it. When We Were Young. Let's check out this one. Let's see. Yeah, we have, what is this? It's very cute. I like it. It's very catchy. It's cheeky. Let's go check this out. Amber, how you doing today? I hope everything's good. Watching me, watching you. What it do? Mike's making stuff. Hey, I'm trying a new avenue right now. Trying to do something fun, interesting, cool. I think the fun, interesting, cool thing that I'm trying to do here is, I don't know, figure out technology maybe. Technology. It will one day make more sense. Mike, how you doing, man? Thank you for being part of this channel. Thank you for being a member. I do appreciate that. I guess since we're hanging out here and I haven't done it in a little minute, let me see if I have some memberships to give away. I'm going to send out 5 now. Hopefully it goes to somebody who cares about the art and the fun behind music. Jima! Wonderful. How you doing there today? I was just thinking about you this morning. Jima. I love saying that name. It's wonderful. Brad, example, I have not met you, I don't think. You're cozy. I think I had 1 or 2 little comments on my silly little channel here. John Cash. That's a great name. Randy Jean. I think I know 1 Randy Jean. And then I don't know if I've seen Dungeoneer here. But welcome to everybody that got a membership. I hope you dig on the channel. Long story short, today, if you could hit that like and subscribe button. If you have just become a member, my name's Wago Howard. I teach the musics in Hilo, Hawaii. I really enjoy teaching people how to play. And without further ado, we're just doing an A to Z series because why not? Practicing, been working on keeping the chord progressions, low notes, groovy, while melody high. Repetition is king, really. All right, so we're doing the song by Adele. It's called When We Were Young Chords. Let's see here. It's got an A minor, E minor, F, and a C. So right off the bat, I think this is in the key of F major or C major, and we're just moving some chords around. Since the E minor's there, and we have the F major, I'm going to call this one in the key of C major. However, I'd have to listen to the song too to hear. Sometimes these artists don't play in first positioning, which means they would play something where they would play like the C right here, but they would put a capo here. It looks like it says C minor, capo, 3rd fret here, and that just doesn't pan out because that's not how the guitar works. So once again, this is wrong. But I have a feeling, sneaking suspicion, they do that so it keeps people from having copyright infringement. You ever hear about that, where somebody does the song incorrect so they don't get sued or something? But I can tell you, while you're listening to me yeah blah blah about all this nonsense in this series, just like I said, that yeah, that whole song we just listened to is a Journey song. And it's a Styx song. It's like all these melodies have already been put together. You just don't hear them in that context because the rhythm and stuff is differences. So we're going to check this out. It says capo at the 3rd fret, but I can sight read it, so this is what it looks like. So I guess if they're going to be showing it through the eyes of C major but using a capo, then absolutely this would be in the key of C minor, but that's not really how you explain it. Just to make this easier on myself, I'm going to grab my capo, throw it at the 3rd fret. People ask me all the time, never. Hey, Wago, why do you put the capo right in the middle? And the reason is if you put it towards the front or towards the back, it pushes towards one or the other side of that fretting. Now, if you're playing with another group of musicians and you start to play your C major and you realize that it sounds a little flat, you could move it up. Same chord, it just gives it a little different tone of intonation. Other than that, let's see here. Mike, do I think that the chords that give the shape so you can use without the capo? The chords aren't true. Yeah, I mean, it gives some true quality. So if you play A minor like this right here, that works kind of okay well. I prefer to use my own bar chord because if I wanted to move to an A minor, knowing that this is my A minor, I would have to think C minor and go up another 5 notes, or a spider exercise from my relative minor. And I know that does not make sense, or does make sense. I hope it does. When playing A minor or A major or A flat or just anything, I'm centrally located around knowing that my root note here for the F sharp on A is the relative minor. Well, when I go to my C, my relative majors, my A minor, my relative major is C. So it allows me to see my fretboard as being a construction of these steps that I explain on my channel as being spider exercises, or just like they allow us to see the minor second, which really helps with moving melodically when you start playing melody leads. I digress. Let's take a gander and listen to this. What's When We Were Young, Adele? Wunderbar. When we were young, Adele. Oh, I'm so interested here. Oh, Jason. Okay. It's in A.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk
So I'm gonna assume
to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're It was just like a song. I was so
That was cute. So we have this feeling of C minor, alright? How do I get up? Yeah. Everybody loves the things you do. From the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you. Yeah. So with the modulation, you could either modulate it on a piano or play it in its true key. I think maybe I'll get rid of the capo here and play it in a true key. You know, the reason why I despise these kind of things here, because you actually have to go and search for When We Were Young in the key that it's in. So let me see if I can do that. When we were young. And it's in the key of C minor. Nay, say I. Yes. So now, by looking at this one, I can look over there on that piano and kind of do it without having to transpose, which is nice. Because ain't nobody got time for that. Let's see here. Let's put that speed up just a little bit more. It's hard to read right there. That's not so happy, is it? G major. Oh, sorry. Flippity floop. That's really great. So C minor, G minor, A flat major, and then we're going to play an E flat major, but we're going to put the G in the bass. I think we should swap this over so we just have an easy chord like this. And then that F minor, and then to the B flat. That's actually a great chord progression. Chorus. Let's take another look through the eyes of this with the music, and then I will definitely go back, because this is kind of how I learn. If you have a question about what this actual process is, this is the process onto which that I learn music. Hey, Mr. Smith, how's it going? Hope we are meeting people out here. If you are new to this channel and you're here and you got a subscription or a membership rather, and you're like, hey, who's this guy? What is this guy doing? My name is Wago. I teach the musics. I try to have the funds, and this is just another way for me to learn some new music and have fun on the channel, meet some new people. Thank you, Rachel, for moderating out there. Amber, if you're still here, thank you for everything you do as well. If you haven't already, please share this channel, hit that like and subscribe, and let's go back to learning some music. When we were young. Ooh, let's start from the beginning. Why not? Look at the beginning. You can feel it.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie. You still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we're sad of getting old and made us restless.
All right.
It was just like a
Listen to the ending of
movie.
this. Why?
It was just like a song. Just till you holding on. Just like a song when we were young.
Ooh, interesting chord.
We were young.
We were young. Great chord. Anyway, whatever that chord is, I'm going to learn that one later. This is the whole idea about going in between all this stuff. Long story short is when you look at this stuff, that last chord most likely will not be in this. Yeah. So these chord progressions and stuff like that are really fun and really cool. And you're really kind of good when you're going through the process of like learning how to play through the chords. So for this particular song, you can learn it in A minor and then transpose with your piano board if you want to. I would say just learn it in its original key. We're in the key of E flat or C minor. So C minor, G minor, A flat major, and then we're doing like an E flat, but we're using the G in the bass. So I would suggest 1 and 5, throw our major third in there. I like playing it like this, where I play my fifth like that and throw a thumb underneath, and then G in the bass. Kind of feels like this. And that's where it takes into the bridge or the chorus. It does the A flat to B flat, G minor, A. This reminds me of every single 80s song. Doesn't it? If you love me, you live, and you will find me. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, being able to go through all these chords and stuff, it's really fun. You only need a little bit of music theory or ideas or comprehension on how to do this, and then the thing kind of all falls into place. So what I would like to do as a wrap up here today is say, gee golly whiz, what an undertaking this will be. Today we did A, starting with Adele. I think if I were to do this every day for the rest of my life, I would never get through with it. But you know what? Maybe I'll just pick out artists that I don't know. Like, I didn't know Adele. This is a great one to go through. Let's see what's in store for us next, Aru. I'm going to leave these here. Move this back. If I were to keep going here, I would go through Make You Feel My Love. Well, unless that's a cover, that's another song that a famous musician put out without saying to the other members of the band or the people that they hire for studio, hey, listen, have you ever heard of a song called To Make You Feel My Love? Be like, yeah. Be like, then why are we naming this song Make You Feel My Love? Why can't you just say Feel My Love or You Feel or just any other variation of the words that you put in here? Because it's just the same thing. It would be like me writing a song called Tequila Sunrise. You want to hear Tequila Sunrise? Here it goes, folks. Loving you, girl. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do I seem a little bitter about it? I don't know. I just think it's weird that people. I mean, maybe I should write a song that has nothing to do with Zeppelin and call it Stairway to Heaven and wait for somebody to sue me. Anywho, if we were to go through all of the A's and look through this, we have Adele, right? Meow. Ooh, Arctic Monkeys. I do know the Arctic Monkeys. I've never actually done a tune on them. So maybe next week or tomorrow or whenever I do this next little segment here, we'll go over a couple of these. I don't want to delve too far into here, but when I hit the hits, we should be able to play at least one or two hit songs from each artist, right? Or else, what's the point of living? What's the point of living? Let's see here. How do I get rid of this? And let's do a little audience participation. If you're still out there in the comment section hanging out on every word, which, you know, I hope you're not. I hope there's better things to do in life than to watch me pontificate about nonsense. However, if you are hanging out with me right now, let's share our day, see how we're doing. Anybody still in that comment section? Mike's making stuff? Let's see. Let's go back through these comments. Oh, hey. Yeah, Mr. Smith, good to see you, buddy guy. I think Rachel's hanging out. Yeah. Yeah. So they do say C, but I was doing it in E flat, and you could move and modulate. The idea that I was talking about, even with this, I probably, because I now have those chords in my head. If somebody were to say Adele, my first thought wouldn't be grab my capo. My first thought would be like C minor, G minor, A flat major, and then what else do we do? E flat major. So it would be this, and it's not too terribly weird to be like. Actually feels kind of good. Once you get this chord down, that's really the knocker. It's our C major played in a secondary fingering. Anywhere you go, if you start working on the next phase or the next step in guitar playing or going up the fret on any instrument, like a ukulele, mandolin, what you're looking at is all the time and effort that you've put into doing your finger exercises, which help you get a little bit more mobility between them, and then start skipping notes, maybe doing whole tone scales. You start seeing that the relativity between these notes makes way more sense. Like, you don't have to play all of C minor or all of G minor or all of A flat or all of E flat. You can play these three notes, this one note in addition. I'm sorry, now move forward, do this one. Like you're playing the top half of an A major, and then move it back and play your D major shape. I use my tip of my finger here to make a little mute. That's really a great way to divide your fretboard. So if you're playing on a ukulele, try to think about getting rid of the G and the C. Think about just what dyads or harmonies are being made from the E and the A string. And if you're doing a guitar, try to get rid of your E and A string, your 5 and 6, and see how this one now becomes your bass string and all of your chords are relative to that. So if we were to take this C minor and move it up to here and play this C minor like we played the G minor, we've now got C minor up here. Well, all those shapes that I showed you down here, the layered shape, the flattened shape with the one note leading it, and then bringing it back with the flattened shape and the one note in the middle, these all I have shapes for in my brain. Each one of them. This is just a brick, wow. This one's like a triangle. And then whenever I'm doing something like turning that into a dominant, those are the little motions that I try to put in that are abstract in between conscious notes, if that makes any sense. So I'll be like... And it gives me kind of like a South Park-y feel, a very diminished chord, because essentially that's what I'm leading and putting in there. So all of these notes, even though they seem kind of abstract, they're actually really planned. A lot of that's just, I've been listening to a lot of weird music in my life, so it's easier to hear the weirdness of it. But yeah, Ultimate Guitar will give you some funky chords. It's up to you to use a little bit of music theory to go through it. Today we covered Adele. I really enjoyed those two songs. I'm going to put out 2 videos on how to do those. Since they're piano songs, I'm most likely going to be putting out the video on how to do them on that instrument. However, it is often nice to show it through the eyes of the guitar if you do want to strum along with your favorite album. If you do not have an extra capoler out there, you can play bar chords yourself. They take a little bit more. And then if you do change over, you would look at this as still being a C minor. You would still look at this as being a G minor. This is still going to be your A flat, and then this is still going to be your E flat. However, if you wanted to explain it to somebody through the eyes of first position, you would say A minor, E minor, F major, C. Different strokes, different folks. Other than that, if you have enjoyed this, please put a thumbs up. Put something cool in the comment section. I do want to say thank you to my wife, who was able to moderate a little bit while she was here. She gets the privilege of working today, just like I get the privilege of working. I do have a student at 10 o'clock, and I am super stoked to be able to teach today. It is awfully nice to wake up and do what you want to do in life. So, if you're watching this right now and you enjoyed the process of learning a new artist and you think this is something that you would like to see, share it. And if it's not, maybe we'll do something else with our time. Anywho, thanks again for hanging out. Have a great day. I got to give a shout out to Dan Anderson. I was watching them this morning. Dan is the maddest shredder out there. I would say go check out their channel. Amber, thanks for being here today. Mike is making stuff. I enjoyed talking to you, buddy. I hope your journey is going well as well. Mr. Smith, excellent job jamming the other day. I enjoy watching you. Very cool. Let's see here, and if can, share the video, like, subscribe, put some good vibes out there in the universe. And thank you again to anybody who became a new member via the membership giveaway. Brad Example, You Are Cozy, John Cash, Randy Jean, and Dungeon here. It really is kind of special when one of these random giveaways leads to having community, and that's really what we're all looking about here, having a little bit of music community, exploring the eyes of music through a different venue or a different idea. Remember, I'm just one person. I have a particular spin the way my brain does it, so hopefully it's fun and entertaining, and we spread the love today. Anywho, enjoy your Monday. Aloha. Gonna have this Adele song stuck in my head, which probably isn't the worst thing. Aloha.